From Studio A, welcome to the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Coming up, had a chance to drive the new Ford Maverick mid-size pickup truck. I'll give you my thoughts on it. We'll also have the cruise-in calendar, and later this week in auto history, along with Autonomy CEO Scott Painter. We'll talk gas prices and EVs. Just ahead in this hour of the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Howdy, along with Mike Out of This World Mars, King Conrad DeLong. We need more, Jeff Dziekan. I'm Don Armstrong.
Hall of Famer.
Yeah, that's it.
So is the Queen, her Jubilee.
Yeah, they kind of look like twins.
I'm actually kind of thinking about having my own Queen Jubilee.
There you go.
Queen for a day.
It is Pride Month.
I'll be the Queen. Well, I mean, why not, right?
At least for the day.
Queen for a day. Do you remember
Sounds like a
Queen for a
TV
day?
I remember that show.
Do you? Do you remember the host's name?
Ooh.
No,
I didn't watch it that much.
Wink Martindale.
It was not Wink Martindale. I am sorry.
Bill Cullen.
No, it was not.
Bob Barker.
No. Wasn't any of
Lenny Schwarzkopf.
No, it wasn't any of
Dr.
those.
Vinny Boombox.
That's who it was.
That's the guy.
Dr. Vinny Boombots, ladies and gentlemen.
In the house.
Now, if you don't know who Dr. Vinny Boombots is, you need to find out who Dr.
Google
Vinny.
it.
Yes, Rodney Dangerfield came up with it, and it was actually kind of a funny take on his doctor.
Mm-hmm.
But Dr. Vinny Boombots.
He talked about it on Carson all the time.
All the time. Oh, you know
and
Dr.
had
Vinny
Carson
Boombots.
absolutely rolling on the
He
ground.
always had everybody rolling all the time.
But he would not be politically correct today.
But that's what would make him politically correct today.
Do you know he was never married?
He wasn't?
Rodney Dangerfield was not married.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I didn't either. Learn something new. What do you want to talk about?
I thought he was talking about the doc, Vinny Boombots.
Dr. Vinny Boombots. I bet you Dr. Vinny Boombots had a car. What kind of car would it have been?
Cadillac.
Probably in a Cadillac or a Lincoln Continental.
Yeah,
I'm saying a Lincoln. Yeah, a Lincoln Continental.
Or no, because it's Dr. Vinny Boombots. It would have been a Chrysler Imperial because it had to be something different and unique.
There you go.
Yeah, I like that.
Make a note of that.
He once told a lady, it looks like you're pregnant. And she said, I'm pregnant. He goes, no, it just looks like you are.
Oh gosh, that truly is politically incorrect.
All right, so Jeff has a story to tell.
What?
I think he just did.
That was it.
And Jeff's story to tell is his son's story, actually, because his son works for a Lexus repair shop in town.
Lexus dealer. Yeah,
Lexus
dealership.
dealer.
Yeah. Mhm.
So I'll let you tell the story because it's just too good.
Well, they had an opportunity to trade in a lease. They had an ES Lexus. And as the story goes, with all the lack of vehicles and chip shortages, they couldn't get an actual replacement on time. So they were leasing it month to month. And lo and behold, a lease comes up, a new one for a 22 ES, and they jumped on it. They got it. So he's using all of his influence and things at the dealership to get the vehicle. And the day they picked it up, he was taking my daughter-in-law, Caitlin. She was at
His
his wife at the new side of the dealership, and he was on the body shop side. So that transaction was all taken care of. It's late in the day. He goes to jump in his Tundra at the dealership, which he did get through Lexus.
In a secured lot.
Yep. And his both catalytic converters were gone.
He works at a Lexus dealership his truck is in a secured parking lot, and 2 catalytic converters on that truck are gone.
And it's
In the daylight.
And the second time it's happened. Yeah, it was probably, between 3 and 5.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
But like we've talked a number of times, Tundra is the number one choice of catalytic converter theft.
Because it's got 2 of them on there, and it's up high. Huh?
Actually, I think it's got 4 altogether. But yeah, but it's easy enough. The truck rides high enough. Sawzall goes under there, and they cut all 4 of them off in about 2 minutes.
Yeah, and it's a happy, sad moment because they got the new lease on the new 22, and then you come to find out you've got they're on back order for months, obviously.
Because so many are being stolen
And
right
being
now.
late in the day to make the transaction, of course, all the decision makers and the powers that be at the dealership were not there. They're gone for the day or gone for the weekend. So he's got it worked out. He does have a rental and or a loaner, and they're working it out right now.
You said that was a Lexus dealership?
Mm-hmm.
Man.
But it's
Because
not
if you're
just
waiting
that-
on parts, he may be in that loaner or that rental for a while.
You don't know.
But it's that's not it's not unusual to see catalytic converters taken all around the city. Unusual for it to be in a secured lot at the dealership, but that's people are rolling under your truck and cutting the converters off, and off they go real fast.
Yeah, and
I just wish they would change the laws here in town, where
That's
when the cops walk into a muffler shop and there's 35 catalytic converters that clearly have been sawed off, that they have some
Used.
kind of recourse.
And he was
take.
very adamant about that. He says it should be against the law. But to our point that we made earlier with other guests is that there are legitimate salvage yards that do take those off.
Well, there
So-
is, and there's no way of right now of tracing him saying that one came off of that truck, so I know it was stolen. It's a used converter. It's all they can really tell.
So
Well-
when they put a bird cage, that's what I call it,
Good-
around it,
choice.
or however, that they put a bird cage around catalytic converters, how do they attach the bird cage?
It's either going to be bolted to the frame and the cross members and stuff, or it very well may be welded
Be
to the
spot
frame
welded,
and
yeah.
cross members. I would say more bolted. And really, what the cage is about is when the guy rolls under and he sees that, he goes, "Nope, not going to do this one. It's going to take me more than 3 minutes to take the converter off.
Yeah.
I'm going to go to the next car."
It won't necessarily stop him from doing it because he can still
But it
cut
seriously
but it'll-
slow him down.
Yeah.
Now, Caitlin's father, my daughter-in-law's father, he's a retired sheriff, and he's got a Tundra hit happen to him too. I want to say 6-8 months ago.
Well, like I said, Tundra is the number one. Prius is right there behind it.
Well, how about the police officer that shot and killed the thief?
Not far from here.
Right. And then there was a chase for the other two that were with him, and they nabbed them. Matter of fact, I was talking to a Sugar Land police officer, and he says, "Oh yeah," he says, "I wasn't working that shift, but I heard all about it." And
They had a car
they
full of
don't,
converters.
they don't tolerate anything out here in Sugar Land
Don't take
at
kindly.
all.
No.
Well, and that's location to location.
Yeah.
It's the workload that the Sugar Land police have versus the workload that the Houston police have. And it's also the drive of the Sugar Land district attorney versus the
Yep.
Houston district attorney.
In fact, we may
Yeah.
all be arrested leaving here today. You never know.
Again,
Yeah.
Well,
hope
if not that, I mean, we're certainly under surveillance right now.
Yes.
Well, it's
Look,
the
there's
court
cameras
orders
all
that
over
get
the place
problem.
here.
Yeah.
So,
But it was
anyway,
interesting. He was upset, but yet happy that she's in the new vehicle. And,
Well, yeah, but
he had a
tough
lot of
going.
choice words to say.
You know, I have to tell you that, and I mentioned this earlier, kind of. I had such a good time on that hot rod tour of Texas by myself with 350 other,
Closest friends.
that I did not know, but I met. Had such a good time that I've upped the ante again, and I'm going to do the Corvette Invasion up in Bastrop next month.
which
Listen.
is right next to Coda.
There's
Which-
pretty
yes.
roads out there.
And
Very
so
pretty.
it's going to be 3 days of fun and adventure.
And sweat and hot.
That's all right. But it's so different because, I was in a Corvette club early on back in the 70s when I got my first Corvette. We didn't do stuff like this. We didn't even we had one cruise-in car show on a Sunday in a park, and I don't know, 2-3 dozen Corvettes showed up, and we had a little judging and, some barbecue and some cold drinks, but that was about it. But these road trips are just a ton of fun for me. And the Bastrop thing is not going to be a road trip like the Hot Rod Tour
Sure.
of Texas.
You're just going to drive to Bastrop
Going to
and
drive to Bastrop, a lot of static
hang
events,
around there.
car shows. There'll be vendors there, all of that sort of stuff. But it'll be mainly just hanging with like-minded
A
people.
little more time
But
to
a
meet
Sunday
people and
cruise over to
talk.
Coda should be a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's going to happen early Sunday morning. And then after that's event, then we'll go home.
Bastrop's 2 hours away, a little
Yeah.
bit more than 2 hours
Yeah,
away.
be about 2.
Yeah,
It's
something
very
like
pretty
that.
country out there.
It is.
Yeah.
I truly like it. And not too far from LaGrange.
And there were
There's
fires
a home
out there.
on the range.
In
Fires out
LaGrange,
there a few
Chicken
years
Ranch.
ago, and I had an opportunity to drive through there after the fires, and it was just decimated.
It was
All the
ugly.
forest
Yeah,
fires.
And you still see the
You can
scars.
still
Yeah,
see
you
the
see-
scars
yes,
from
you
that
can.
fire.
Yep,
You
absolutely.
can still see the scars when you go through up towards Plantersville.
Yep.
Of all the fires that were up there.
Can you
too.
imagine
Same-
what it would
same
be
time.
like out in California?
Oh,
Oh, Washington, all of those horrible fires.
Seen those, because Rochelle's in an area that's very fire prone when she was at the winery. And
You know, it's truly amazing that out there near Sonoma, around Napa and the wine
they
country
got
and all
they have
that,
one going on right now.
that area, even in the summertime, you'd think it'd be lush and green. It is not lush and green.
I have a comment to that because the winery, there are vineyards out there when they process the wine and the grapes and everything, that it has a smoky taste to it, and they're losing money in some aspects of the wine. I don't know.
Because the grapes absorb
grapes,
the
yes.
smell of the smoke.
Yep.
Depending on the direction of the smoke and stuff. Oh, absolutely.
So they're having to destroy some.
Are you going to make some
I was
sort of
go-
comment about smoking
No.
something, Mr. Mars?
No, not today. But I was going to say I was at an event out there with one of the OEMs, and we were out on this deck, and we could see the fires. This was a couple of years ago, off on the other side of the hill. But we had to put our hand over our drinks because the ash that was in the air, you couldn't really see it, but you could look down at your drink, and it would kind
Leave
of
a film.
start. Yeah, it would start piling up on it. So I can see where the grapes would be absorbing that.
They're taking
Woodward
losses.
Street Cruise.
Oh,
Woodward Green
yeah.
Cruise. So when is that? Is it
I
August?
think it's August.
August,
Third
yes.
week of August.
August. And is it going to be held at the same time as the Detroit Auto Show?
No, it's after.
I think the Detroit Auto Show, I think, is July.
Yeah, that was
And
when
then
it was
Woodward.
targeted.
I would think that they would kind of marry the two. Kind of like the drag race out in Las Vegas is kind of married to SEMA.
It'll be interesting to see if Woodward draws the manufacturers this year, because generally each manufacturer would have a huge parking lot with vehicles on display, and now that a number of them have pulled out of SEMA, are they going to go to Woodward?
And I'm
Dream
just going
Cruise?
to mention the fact that we had Randy Borcherding on last night, last weekend, that's been very involved in SEMA because of the show cars that he makes for different people. And he said last weekend that the bunch of the manufacturers are not going to have displays there.
In SEMA,
Why is
yeah.
that?
money. I'm sure it's all about money.
I think it's money, and
But
I
they're
think it's,
making more money than they ever have before. Is it because they're going electric that they don't want to push their
No,
gasoline
no, I don't
cars?
think so.
I don't think it's that. I think it's more of the audience that SEMA
Attracts.
because it's aftermarket stuff. It's performance oriented. It's all custom cars that are there, and they used to give some guys custom cars to
yeah.
build so that they could be part of that custom show. And I just think it's the expense and their audience that they're reaching. When
Well,
you're
your
there.
return on investment.
Yes.
But you'd think, because everybody that goes there has a car, and they probably have somewhat of a late model car, if not a brand new car, that they drive at home all the time.
Right.
It seems like almost a captured audience.
I would think so. So I'm kind of surprised to see him pull out.
Well,
But it
yeah.
is a business audience, not consumer.
But I
Right,
now understand that. But just by the number of people that attend that show,
Right.
100,000, 200,000 people. I don't know what it is,
And
but
didn't they say they
it's
were
a
leaning
lot.
toward the EVs this year, or they have a separate display or area for the EVs?
Oh, I don't
And
know
that-
if it's
I
going to
don't
be
remember
separate,
if he
but I would
said
imagine
that.
there'll be some EV
Yeah,
there.
there will be.
But you think about U.S. auto manufacturers; their sales are down this year versus last year.
Well, they don't have any cars to sell.
Exactly, and we see that driving through town. If you think about it,
But the car manufacturers are still making lots of money. And so are the dealerships, which is truly amazing to me. Are they making it off of service?
well, they're not having to discount, they're not having to put rebates on them, so all of that becomes pocket money.
Plus, they also don't have to have a huge inventory that
Yeah.
they're not having to pay taxes on.
Floor plan. Well,
Yeah.
floor plan more than tax.
Right.
Yeah, the dealership I passed by coming over here in Winnie had 6 new trucks on his lot, and that was it. In total, I only counted 14 vehicles on his new lot.
Well, I mean, we
That
passed
Honda
that
store.
Honda dealership over there in Baytown that had nothing.
Right.
Well,
and they still have nothing.
And when we went out Sunday, Kathy's now noticing the dealerships around here that we go by when we're together. She's, oh, yeah, look at that, look at that. So she's
You
in
know, I
tune with
fly
it.
over the Port of Houston, and they have a huge
Volkswagen.
Volkswagen. I mean, they must have several thousand Volkswagens. Now, early on in the pandemic when things really were getting tight, they didn't have a whole lot of. Now you go over there, the lot is full of Volkswagens. Now, what specifically they are, I don't know because they're all wrapped in white.
Yeah.
But the whole thing full of Volkswagens. I don't know where all those Volkswagens go. I'm sure they don't go to the East Coast or the West Coast.
Well, central distribution, central United States.
Yeah, central United States, I would
that's going to
imagine.
be the port of entry for them.
Right.
But, think about it. Ford is down 13% for May over May, 2021 versus 2022. Honda is down 36%.
Where are they getting these billions and billions of dollars for each manufacturer to change over to batteries? Where does that money come from?
Banks.
Yeah, I would say some banks, some because they've collected it through the years and stored it up. Some of it's just R&D money that they're finally releasing that they've had in their pocket for a while, and are ready to spend it. Some of it's going to be government funded. You and I pay for a lot of this high-tech EV stuff that's going on. There's direct payments to manufacturers. Tesla's received direct payments from the federal government every year now for 7 or 8 years.
But yeah, well, Tesla's making a lot of money.
And nowhere on there does it say the unions are hurting.
Right. Hyundai brand was down 16%. Kia was down 13%. Mazda was down 18%. Subaru was down 20%.
Whoa.
Toyota, when you add Toyota and Lexus together, was down 19%. That's mind-boggling that they're selling 4 vehicles this year to the 5 vehicles they sold this last year and still making more money because you're correct, they are all making more money. So when you look at the industry itself is down almost 20%. And they're all cutting a fat hog, and Mary Barrett's still making $29 million.
Your buddy, yeah.
Seem to keep up with her pretty good.
That just really ticks. It chaps my you-know-what.
Well, and the unions usually use that as a point for negotiation.
Mm-hmm.
Don't get me going. I've had a bad 2 days, and I don't need many more.
Well, and then
Alrighty.
you heard Toyota is talking about a compact pickup truck to fight the Ford Maverick, which I think you're going to do a test on here
Right
in
now,
a few seconds. And the Hyundai Santa Cruz, the Toyota said they're looking at a compact pickup segment and hinted you will be seeing a new product from them in the very near future.
Yes. And if you'd like to get in touch with us here at In Wheel Time, you can shoot us an email. The address is info@inwheeltime.com. Time now for this hour's car review. Had a chance to drive the 2022 Ford Maverick. Did you do the cruise-in calendar? You didn't, but that's okay. We'll get to it.
We can.
Yeah, we'll do it later. 2022 Ford Maverick. Available trim levels, XL, the XLT, and the Lariat. What are you doing?
It's your
They're-
is loading. Your
your-
thing is loading.
It's fine.
Okay.
Keep going.
Okay, so 3 trim levels.
Mhm.
It's kind of like that kid in the classroom that's going over there, doing all this stuff, and you see it out of the corner of your eye, and you're trying to do your book report.
Oh yeah.
Try to focus.
Yeah.
I did it just to annoy him.
That's exactly right, and it was you.
And it worked.
all along.
There it
This
is.
is a mid-size pickup truck, 5 passengers. Exterior features. Well, it's got Ford truck styling. I don't know how else to put that, with oversized headlights on the front end of it. Straight body lines with attractive tailgate and rear lighting. Wheels in our upscale Lariat were attractive. Black plastic lower front valance and black rear bumper I thought was interesting to make note of. What I liked about it, the overall look is attractive, I think. What could use improvement? How about a glam option, like a platinum? It's
Chrome
coming.
it up.
Chrome it. Well, I don't know about chrome, but yeah, fix it up, glam it up. Give me some platinum stuff
King
on
Ranch.
there.
And that probably happened as the years evolve.
I would imagine. Interior highlights: modular dash. The info screen sits atop the dash, and I'm not really too sure whether I like it or not on any car, but it seems to work with this because the way that the dash is shaped. Contrasting colors are nice in the upper trim levels. Boxed storage under the rear seat, and the rear seat has leg room.
in
I
a
know-
compact truck.
In a compact truck. I thought, wow, well, there's something to talk about. It does have an odd bottom cushion release that you got to you have to know where it is, and then you pull the little thing, and then you
it
can.
gets up and you can get
yeah,
into the storage
right.
box.
What I liked about it, I like the rotary shift on the center console. What could use improvement? Lumbar adjustability would have been nice in the seats. Maybe they have it in a model that I didn't have. 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine is what I had. That is an option. It's a higher horsepower, 250 horsepower with 277 pound-feet of torque. I'm a car guy. I'm a horsepower guy. I would get this. It just makes it feel like it's got tons of horsepower. Feels like an old V8 in a small pickup truck. Transmission, 8-speed automatic. Tow rating is 4,000 pounds.
Wow.
Haul rating is 1,500 pounds. But interesting,
It's more than I thought.
the haul rating in the lesser horsepowered engine is the same as the higher horsepowered engine. Just because of the springs, they don't take into consideration that it's got more oomph. I
Probably
thought
not.
that was interesting. Miles per gallon, rated at 23 city, 30 highway for a combined of 25. I got 29.4 miles per gallon
Wow.
over
Wow.
337
Nice.
miles.
Very efficient 4-cylinder turbo.
Yeah, yeah. Now, I'm not the Mike Mars, heavy lead foot kind of guy.
No one is.
What?
What I liked about it, power is good with the optional motor. Buy it. Base motor is a 2.5 liter with 191 horsepower. Ride and handling, handled well. What could use improvement? Unloaded, the suspension is a little stiff in this. It's a Raptor version in the works. Hey, go Don Armstrong. Pricing, base trim price on this is $25,490. Prices tested was $30,035.
That's not bad at all.
No. And this is with the optional upscaled engine and all that. Base model price, $19,995. This is for a mid-size pickup truck.
They'll sell a ton of it.
What are you doing
If they
over
can
there?
She
build
got
it.
caught in the wires.
Susie.
Suits. Competitors. The Hyundai Santa Cruz, which is a unibody, by the way, starts at $24,440. The Toyota Tacoma starts at $27,980. And the Nissan Frontier, all in the same class, starts at $29,990.
Boy, they got them beat on base price.
Yep.
Now, you're not going to find a base price model. I wouldn't imagine. But who wants that anyway?
Right.
At that kind of price, give me this one.
Yeah, because if the salesman sells the price leader, the $19,995 car, he's going to get fired.
I had the upscale Maverick Lariat with a 121-inch wheelbase, 8-speed automatic transmission. It was called Cactus Gray. Do you know of a cactus that's gray?
The blue agave is almost gray.
Now, we know about agaves.
That's tequila.
That is tequila,
That's
baby.
what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Maybe they should come up with one. They could have a reposado, an ajo, and what is the...
We have one of
and
them. We
what?
have one of those. He's speaking.
Yeah, speaking right now. Let's do the cruising calendar while we've got the time.
Cuervo,
Jose Cuervo was a friend of mine.
Josie, yeah.
Again,
I had a reposado last weekend. It was really good.
What's the Huota? Is an H tequila. Kathy had that.
Hernado or Herando or something like that. Northside Mustang Open Car Show at Gullo Ford in
Horny
Conroe.
That's
toad.
it.
Hornito.
That's it.
And that's going to be June 11th from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Also June 11th, which is next weekend, the Round X Lone Star Drift is at the Houston Police Academy from 12 noon to 5 p.m. Also June 11th at 9 a.m. is the Groesbeck Lions Car Club Show in Groesbeck City Park, which is up there in the middle of nowhere. Surfside Beach Cruise is June 11th. The June 18th is the Cypress Cars and Coffee at a at a Luetta and Spring Cypress.
Do you lose your place when
Yes,
you're doing
well,
this?
I've got them all stacked together. On June 24th at 2 p.m. is the Street Outlaws No Prep Kings out in Baytown. Should be a lot of fun. I know you're not a fan of it, but
Of what?
Of Street Outlaws.
No.
But that's going to be a big event, and they draw huge crowds, and I wish Seth well on that. Should be a pretty fun event. Wheels and Warriors at the Crafty Crab in Pearland, which is east of 288.
I want to go there
Broadway.
just to see. I went to the Crafty Crab,
July
which is kind of close to the Krusty Krab.
July 9th at 5 to 9 p.m.
You ever been there?
And then you're going to the Corvette.
SpongeBob.
I know SpongeBob.
Corvette Invasion in Bastrop, the 15th through the 17th. And Houston Motorsports Park is going to have their race day August 6th. And then finally, the 5th Annual Car Show, September 10th, up in Huntsville.
The Krusty Krab.
The Krusty Krab.
I'm a Squidward fan.
Are you?
Yeah, I like Squidward.
Patrick.
Are you Patrick?
Patrick.
Or what is the squirrel's name?
I swear Patrick's stoned.
Sandy.
Sandy.
I swear Patrick's stoned.
Yeah. Did you ever watch the episode of Rock Bottom, where they took the bus to Rock Bottom? Oh my God! I laughed till I cried. Rock Bottom, where they talk with an accent. That's what all
Good pop in your peas.
and they couldn't understand what he was saying.
Send your comments to info@inwheeltime.com.
Speaking of, the In Wheel Time Car Show streams on iHeart, the iHeartRadio app, and Facebook, YouTube, and InWheelTime.com. Podcasts are available from your favorite podcast provider. In Wheel Time Car Talk Show continues right after a quick break.
Father's Day weekend, Saturday, June 18th, 2022. It's the next Tailpipes and Tacos Cruise-In, and you're invited. Tailpipes and Tacos Father's Day edition will be at the same Loopy Tortilla in Katy, 8 to 11 a.m. on Saturday, June 18th. It's the only place cruisers compete for trophies and other prizes. Enter your vehicle for Best Hot Rod, Best Classic, and Best Modern Classic. Tailpipes and Tacos is Houston's coolest cruise-in and is your opportunity to see the best hot rods, show cars, classics, and resto mods, and get Loopy Tortilla breakfast tacos and adult beverages. There's no entry fee, and cars will automatically compete for custom Loopy trophies and other prizes. It all happens at the Loopy Tortilla Tex-Mex in Katy on the Grand Parkway at Kingsland Boulevard, just south of I-10. Kick off summer with Tailpipes and Tacos Father's Day edition, Saturday, June 18th. The In Real Time Car Talk Show will be there too. Celebrate Father's Day, the start of summer, and the return of Tailpipes and Tacos. Saturday morning, June 18th, 8 to 11. We'll see you then, weather permitting. Want to take a minute to tell you about Gulf Coast Auto Shield, a Houston detail company like no other. Gulf Coast Auto Shield offers paint correction services that'll give your car, truck, or SUV a like-new shine. Afterwards, you'll want to protect it with a professionally installed nano-ceramic coating or protection film. Worried about your very expensive windshield getting damaged, broken, or cracked? Let Gulf Coast Auto Shield install Exo Shield, a windshield protection film. Give John Gray a call today or check out their website, gcautoshield.com. Hey, whether you own a new, ultra-expensive, exotic, or a 5-year-old Suburban, Gulf Coast Auto Shield will help keep your investment looking like the day it rolled off the assembly line. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is conveniently located on the South Sam Houston Parkway, just south of I-69, the Southwest Freeway. Meet the staff and check out all of their services online right now at gcautoshield.com. The In Wheel Time Car Talk Show is now part of the iHeart family. Now you'll have access to 24/7 Car Talk anytime you need a fix. Just download the iHeart Radio app and ask for In Wheel Time Car Talk, and there we are. Be sure to save us in your iHeart library for instant access. No matter where you are, you have the best Car Talk Show right on your PC, laptop, or mobile device and never have to worry about finding us again. Of course, you can always get access to our video and audio streams via InWheelTime.com and your favorite podcast channel, and all of this is free to you. From the iHeartRadio app, you'll not only hear our Saturday morning live show, but the best shows of the past, updated weekly. Never miss a minute of up-to-date new car reviews, pre-owned reviews, Conrad's Car Clinic, informative interviews, automotive news, and the most fun car talk show on the planet. Just download the iHeartRadio app, search for In Real Time Car Talk, save it to your library, and with a tap of the icon, you'll be in touch with your favorite Car Talk team. In Real Time Car Talk, streaming now on iHeart.com/InRealTimeCarTalk.